It's me, Lori Sue Nathurda. With a video, I'm going to teach you a technique to eliminate anxiety. Well, let's get started. It's best to sit down and have your feet, your soles planted on the floor like you're not crossing your legs or anything like that. Both feet are flat. You're going to be using your hands. This is a neurokinetic technique that has been proven by nanotechnology to actually change the brain in the moment. It works on neurons. So on your hands are nerves that are directly connected to hemispheres of the brain. Okay, so what you're going to do is you want to cup your hands, and you're going to make sure as you cup your hands that there's no cracks. You want to try to keep that closed. You don't want to hold your hands tight, but you want to have them cupped enough that if you stuck a Kleenex up in there, it would hold it. Just bunch up a Kleenex, stick it up in there, and if you've cupped your hands enough, then it will hold that. That will hold energy that will help in that neurokinetic activity. You're going to be seeing me in a mirror image, so be thinking about what your right hand and left hand are, because I'll be opposite where I'm sitting right now. But you want to always take your right hand and put it over your left. Even if you're left-handed, you want to take your right hand first over your left hand. While your hands are cupped, you'll see that there's this area right here on your thumb where you have a knuckle. That's where I like to have you start with the small finger of your hand. They're still cupped, they're still together, and the small finger is on that knuckle. And what happens is as you move up over the hand, you're all connected and you'll feel some pressure, and the small finger should feel those knuckles, the large knuckles that are on your hand. You should feel those with your small finger. And go all the way over, not just to here. A lot of people want to go just to here. But nope, you want to go all the way over so that the heel of your hand is touching the small finger on the opposite hand. So the small finger and then the heel, which this right here is the heel of your hand on both sides. There's a heel. Some people even have a line right there. You don't want to go below that whatsoever. So your heel is going to go over, and it's going to go along that small finger just until the thumb comes in connection with those same big knuckles coming back. So that creates a rotation, if you will. So I go heel and then back with my thumb. That's one rotation. I go small finger over, out with the heel until the thumb connects with those same ones and come back. And you just keep doing that rotation. You want to make sure and pay attention to your own self, because watch, you'll end up, some people disconnect and they'll lift their hand up off. See that like that? Or their thumb will come disconnected. I've seen that a lot too in working with people. This is working on the brain. The brain and mind are separate, and the idea is to harmonize the two together. You know, athletes talk about being in the zone, and that is absolutely optimizing the brain. They've trained the brain to work with the mind and body so that they can just, boom, get what they need to done. And that's the goal with this, my friend. You're going to use your right hand over your left. Let's try it again. That small finger on that knuckle there, and it comes up over the large mountain knuckles. At least I have mountain knuckles. And out the heel of the hand until the thumb comes back over those. That's one rotation. So let's do the other hand. The right, we're going to do the left hand over the right. But again, that small finger's on that knuckle of the thumb, and it goes up and over those large knuckles with the small finger. Out with the heel of the hand and back over with the thumb. That's one rotation. Let's do it again. Small finger over, out the heel on the small finger there on the right hand, and back with the thumb coming over those knuckles. It's another session. So, another rotation. You'll go through a rotation with your eyes closed, and it'll help you to really feel and connect with those knuckles that are on the top there, and really feel the heels. And don't be afraid to move, go ahead and move your shoulders however you need. You can move your whole body if you need to get connected just right. But make sure that you're doing that in that way so you can hit every hemisphere of the brain. That's the goal. We want to sweep out, clear out, erase every part that's a negative. So please stop the video and try it with your eyes closed, and then come right back. Thanks for doing that. So what I want you to do is think about a time, a frustration, an annoyance, maybe a bad dream. You'll feel constricted, You'll feel heavy. If you think about it and pay attention, you'll have those feelings. And what you want to do is you want to rate on a scale of 0 to 5. 0 meaning doesn't affect me whatsoever, to 5 meaning, wow, that was an intense traumatic experience and I have a lot of emotion connected to that one. We're not going to do 5s or 4s. We're going to keep it in a 1, 2, or 3, because the goal is to train the brain while using the neurokinetic technique, bring down the meaning that you've placed on that memory. So in the process of doing this, you're going to take that feeling, the 1, 2, or 3, you're going to feel that as you put it under your hands and you start that rotation. And you're going to go once. So you're going to go twice. You're going to keep going 8 times. So in your thought, if you're going along with me, that's pretty easy because I'm keeping track of the amount of times we're going. And you want to go 8 times so that you can really dissolve that and turn it into nothing. And you're going to switch the hands. Notice I like to stay connected even when I switch hands. And you've still got that memory in there. But the meaning, that can sometimes hurt you, but it really doesn't mean anything. And you go one more time. If you get done before me and you've done 8, you can put your hands on your leg. Think about that same memory, frustration, annoyance, and give it a rating. For most that I've worked with, they have a 3 or a 2, and they take it down to a 0. So I challenge you to just pay attention before you put something underneath there to what that is, hone in on that feeling, and then remember that the memory doesn't hurt you. The memory's not the problem. It's the meaning of the memory. So the goal is, as you erase and clear out the things that don't serve you and that are very negative and that cause that negative, as you work on those, what's going to happen is you're training your brain to start to pick out things that don't serve you. It starts to clear, if you will, like a shelf where you've got stuff just piled high and all in there, and it starts to select things. The brain will do this. It's really cool. It'll start to select things and go, what about this? This isn't helping you. Let's get rid of it. What do you think? And it'll start to push things to the forefront of your mind to work on. But as you do this, remember, select whether it's a 0 to 5. Try to keep it in the 1 to 3 range to begin with. For at least, if you're doing it 3 or 4 times a day, probably the first 2-3 weeks, you want to work on those. And you might think there's nothing, but the 5s are blocking it most time. Like we hear the onion situation, the story of layers. And so our mind is trained to keep that in the forefront. That's what PTSD is, right? We've got this looping, this perfecting the survival. But the reality is we survived and we can move forward. So we have to clear the meaning that we placed on it. That's what we're going to be doing. The brain will start saying, hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this? And as you train your brain, it'll start to kick those out. And just go with it. You pick times that you're going to do that on a consistent basis, it's even better. And the brain gets trained even quicker. The brain wants you to succeed. The brain is positive. The brain is wanting to move you forward. And really, the brain knows your purpose along with your heart. So the goal is to really work as a team. You hold memories in your body, you hold memories in your brain and your heart. So you want to get that all integrated and harmonized. And when you do that, you can move forward in such a powerful way. You have more confidence. You have the ability to really be who you are. So it's remembering that and moving forward in that. You'll start to discover that the brain will kick out stuff that you don't need. And what'll be left is this peaceful space for you to be able to put what is really you there and to build from that. And I hope that's helped you. Again, we'll go over it really quickly. Hands together, no separating. Watch your thumbs, make sure they don't come off, and hands don't separate, because a lot of times we want to do that, so pay attention. small finger goes up over the large knuckles to the heel of the hand and out the small finger until the thumb comes back over. And you want to do that on the other hand too. Small finger goes up over the knuckles, heel of the hand out until the thumb comes back over the knuckles. And always right over left to begin with. 8 rotations each side. And as your brain gets trained, you can lower that. Like if you're stressed at work and you have an annoying situation, maybe, I'm just giving this as an example, you can go ahead and do 2 rotations on each hand. And always do both hands. Make sure you do both hands so that you have the brain balanced, so that you're doing all the hemispheres and sweeping out the whole brain, clearing out the whole brain, getting rid of the meaning you've placed on the memory so that the truth can bubble up and you'll catch that too. So I hope that's helped you, my friend. I'll be sending other videos on the things I'm learning about the brain, about heart physics, about our thought process, and harmonizing the brain and the mind together with the body. So I look forward to talking to you soon. Send me an email back if you have any questions whatsoever. I'm there for you. Like I said, I'm here to serve. And I wish you the very best day. Take care and bye for now.